Draft analyst Matt Miller joining us now here with his thoughts. We'll start with you, RC, because you were down there in Baton Rouge today. What can you tell us about the atmosphere and what you saw from Stingley Jr.?
Well, listen, the atmosphere was all about Stingley Jr. You knew so many people, so many defensive coaches, head coaches were there to see if he still had the fight, to see if he still had the skill. Did the explosiveness in person match what they saw on tape his freshman year? And he checked all of those boxes. And honestly, Laura, what I saw from Derek Stingley Jr. is the same thing I've been seeing from him since he was 15. He is phenomenally talented. He's a guy who can step right on the field. And when we're talking about skill for skill, measurable for measurable, be with anybody who's playing in the NFL right now. This kid has Jalen Ramsey, Stephon Gilmore type potential, but it's about seeing it right out of the gate. Derek Stingley was born to do this. He was born to play this position. His grandfather was a first-round draft pick of the New England Patriots. His father played professional sports in both baseball and football, and he's been trained to do this his whole life. We saw that very early on his freshman year and didn't see it his sophomore and junior year. I think everybody is wondering which Derek Stingley you'll get, and today he showed them at least the guy you get has every bit of the measurables that you need to be successful.
No, RC is absolutely right, which that jacket is amazing. I can't even be in a two-box with you today with how good the jacket looks. I'm embarrassed for myself today. I got to up my game. I'll be back tomorrow with something better, I promise.
You, Dan.
But I do think you're right. The measurables were never in question, RC. We knew how big he was to be a bigger corner. He was 6'1", 190 pounds to run in the 4.3 to 4.4 range, depending on which area scout you listened to that was at the Pro Day today. That was never in question. I think what is most important is what Derek said that he talked to Brandon Staley about was, do you have the drive? Do you have the determination? Are you the guy that we saw in 2019 that was shutting down Jamar Chase in practice, that was shutting down Justin Jefferson and Terrace Marshall Jr. in practice? Because that player, I'm with you, RC, would be the best corner prospect in this draft and has the potential to be the best corner in the NFL. My questions come when you spent the last 2 years, only 10 games, as Laura mentioned, injuries, those mount, and I think that's where the question comes in. Ability is the best availability. Right now, that's the only question about Stingley.
Yeah, I understand the debate here, right? But I think the hard part for me, Dan, is we're almost comparing him against himself. And you have to do that, right? But he was exceptional in 2019. It was a breakout season, and then the decline. So how do you come to terms with that and assessing what you see, knowing that there was a decline from 2019?
I just thought he got bored. I call college football games, and I've called a couple of LSU games. I'm going to say this. I think two things that I heard stood out to me. When Derek said, when I'm the best version of myself, I'm the best. So he's even acknowledging that he hasn't been the best version of himself. And then when Matt just said, in practice, shutting down the two receivers that have come into the NFL over the last 2 years and absolutely dominated in Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
True.
If that's a thing, you've got a superstar. I want to ask RC, I know you know him. I don't want to put your relationship on blast or on Front Street, but my perception is, just watching, that he got a little bit bored, that he was like, my freshman year was remarkable. I'm a top 10 pick. I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I won a national title. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think that's a reality?
You know what? I think part of it's boredom, but that boredom can allow you to not have that fire to dominate. And the one thing he said, and you mentioned it, Dan, he said, I know when I'm the best version of myself, I'm the greatest. NFL scouts and coaches want you to be the greatest all the time. They want to see that consistency. But let me show you a little bit about who Derek Stingley is when he's at his best. Because I believe when he's at his best, he's the best in this draft. Here, you're going to see off coverage from his freshman year against Auburn. Now, he knew he was playing a deep ball guy, so watch the bell and the open early. Look at him get his eyes back to the quarterback, the vision. Watch the speed turn here with the head turn. That is elite ball awareness. Go up, go high pointed, and get it over a receiver that was good at winning 50-50 balls. Get your feet down. Now watch this. He understands with the receiver off of the football, this is called a spray release. Off of the football, he's not going to rush out. He's going to sit his feet at 9. He gets the stem. Look, Derek Stingley has not backed up. That's the knowledge that he has. Look at him mirror the break of the wide receiver and excellent hands. There's no cornerback or defender with better hands than him. Now look at the awareness on the zone coverage. We're going to get a crack on the linebacker with the swing route, which is what this offense wants. They want to get him one-on-one with Stingley. Look at the break. He's leaving before the quarterback even gets the football out of his hand. Watch the closing speed. This is the 4-3. This is the 4-4 that we saw with the physicality that forces the fumble. These are the things that we wanted to see Derek Stingley do consistently time after time after his freshman year. But this is my favorite play from Derek Stingley's illustrious freshman year. Watch the patience in the press. The receiver's going to play on the line. He's not going to rush out. He's not going to open the gate. Small steps, slide sideways, gets his hand on. He's watching his ear hole. As soon as he turns to locate the ball, so does Derek Stingley down the field, puts his body into the Georgia wide receiver, locates, looks up instead of back with a great catch. Derek Stingley has stupid measurables and stupid skills. When he's locked in and when he's right, I don't care if it's hot sauce Gardner, I don't care if it's sauce Gardner, I don't care if it's mild sauce Gardner, it doesn't matter. The dude you can put on the field that would be the best at cornerback is Derek Stingley. Is Sauce Gardner maybe the best player in the draft in his mind? I'm not tripping. If he feels it, he could say it, and he should be drafted high. But if Derek Stingley is at his best, Derek Stingley should go before him.
Yeah, Sauce Gardner would not think he was the best in the draft if his nickname was actually mild sauce. He would probably think maybe he was somewhere else.
I also don't like spicy wings.
You don't like anything spicy, Dan.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.